Hi again, this is Michelle G. Rogers, and today you are joining me on how to foam roll your hip flexors and your quad muscles. So I have again my foam roller, and I've also brought over a medicine ball, which is also pretty helpful if you've gotten used to foam rolling and you need to get into a little bit more deep musculature. So I'm going to start with the foam roll, and what you're going to do is crouch in front of it and make sure the foam roll is only under one leg. You can do both legs at the same time, but you're going to use a little bit less of your body weight on top of each leg, so it won't be as intense and you won't have as much maneuverability. So I recommend starting with the one leg. If it's too painful, then you can try to do both at the same time. The foam roll is going to go right under your pelvic bone here at the very top of your quad muscle. Okay? You're in regular plank position with your upper body. And your other leg, you can vary how much pain you can handle. You can keep your knee on the floor, you can keep the leg in the air to put a little bit more weight on top of the foam roll. And just like with the IT band, if you watch that video, you're going to feel around a little bit. There's 4 muscles up there, so you want to feel around. In addition to the deep hip flexor muscles, those muscles attach right at the top of your thigh and sort of go through your pelvis and attach to your spine. So the more you engage your glute and lift your leg away from the floor, the more likely you are to relax the front of your leg. So we're going to feel around in there. And again, if you feel like you want to get a little bit more intensity out of it, you can bend and straighten your leg if you find a spot and you want to move through it more quickly. And you just keep working your way down towards your knee. I roll a little bit forward and backward. You can feel the muscles all kind of popping around in there. And when you find a spot, that's where you hold it. Take deep breaths, and again, make sure that your belly is pulled in and that you're protecting yourself. If your back starts to get tired or your neck gets tired, give it a rest. And work your way all the way down to your knee. So make sure that you're not stopping short. Right about here, or about 2-3 inches above the kneecap, there's a lot of trigger points there that a lot of people experience, so don't miss out on that part, okay? And bring your knee back to the ground, and you can switch sides. I'm going to show you how you do that with the ball. The ball obviously is a little bit more tricky to control because it can go in all directions. So make sure that you keep the knee on the ground for this one, unless you're super nimble. And again, feel around a little bit on the sides. Don't lose control over it. You might want to stay a little bit more centered with that and just work your way down to your knee. Okay, and again, if you have a hard time in this position altogether, you can still use your trusty rolling pin, okay? While you're seated, you can feel around this way, and you probably want to keep it in motion. It's a little harder to press down in one area, and just as well as you could use your thumbs if you find a particularly nasty little knot, but I find that this works pretty well if you use a little bit of force. And that is how we foam roll our quads.